we're going to talk about Kyle Owens. Let's join Kyle. And Kyle, what kind of night did you have tonight?
Hey man, it was MC. This was a good night tonight here in Timpson. Not for the hometown Timpson Bears, but let me tell you, the Westwood Panthers were absolutely phenomenal tonight. 63-34, getting the win over the defending state champs. Snapped an 18-game win streak that Timpson had. I'm sure they had an even longer one here at their home stadium. But man, what a game! Kavion Bryant, the sophomore quarterback for Westwood, was absolutely phenomenal. John Denman, he is a big running back, and he's got some speed too, MC. He broke an 85-yard rushing touchdown in this game, and then broke another long one later in the game. So just very impressed with the physicality of the Westwood Panthers. It seemed like every run they were falling forward. It was almost like Timpson was catching them instead of tackling them. And then on defense, Westwood was laying the wood over there too. So phenomenal effort by the Westwood Panthers. And for Timpson, I mean, they got within a score in that third quarter. But when Westwood ran, at one point in the second half, Westwood had ran 6 plays and scored on 3 of them. So it was kind of a big play city here tonight. The fireworks were on here in Timpson, but it was a fun one to be a part of, and I was just very impressed with the Westwood Panthers offense. They scored 77 in week 1, 59 in week 2, and just put up 63 here in week 3. This Westwood offense is for real.
You know what's funny about that? That's what we used to say, and we still will, about Timpson. These two teams coming into this game, I think to a degree, were mirror images of one another in terms of the big playability and how they've been beating people down. And so now you got the two big dogs going up against one another. Something had to give.
Well, yeah, and to your point, J.J. Garner is no slouch. Like, J.J. Garner is a stud. He had 5 touchdowns tonight, scored all of Timpson's touchdowns. So J.J. Garner did everything he could. Timpson had a few costly penalties at very inopportune times that would negate big plays. So you got to clean that up. And Coach Gandy talked about it earlier in the week. He said, we got to tackle better. And John Denman and Kavion Bryant and other Westwood Panthers definitely broke some tackles tonight. So, I mean, Timpson, they need to shore up the tackling a little bit. The offense is fine. I mean, they put up points. You put up 34 points. That's a good night at the office for the offense. But, it doesn't look the same when you have Terry Bussey, who's out there that can literally take over a game. And that's nothing against J.J. Garner, but Terry Bussey is a special athlete. And you can kind of tell this year that the Bears are kind of missing him offensively. There's not that if a play breaks down, we got Terry that can bail us out, which JJ did a phenomenal job of really keeping his legs turning and breaking a lot of tackles tonight. But it was tough sledding against that Westwood defense. That Timpson hit some big plays and was able to sustain a drive in that third quarter and really get back into the game. But when you sustain a long drive and Westwood goes out there in one play and hits a home run, like it's tough to battle back from that.
What was the energy from the fans in the stands tonight at our game of the week?
The energy was there. Both stands were fired. Both sides were packed out. I mean, there was plenty of people here tonight. The bands were battling each other. The atmosphere was great. And even the game got away from them in the fourth quarter, but up to that point, everybody was invested. Everybody was, into the game. The energy was palpable. You could feel it. It was a fun game to be a part of, most definitely.